Bread baking is not easy. You think that it would be. You look at, okay, it's flour, it's sourdough starter in this case, it's water, it's salt, and that's it. So how hard could it be? But the challenge comes from mastering the technique. Just one tiny little thing can completely change the way that your loaf turns out. So being a part of the Heights Bread Group has really helped me connect with like-minded people and people that share a passion for learning.
The Houston Bread Club started because in March 31st, I noticed in NextDoor Houston that said that I was obsessed with baking sourdough bread, and if anyone wanted some sourdough starter, I would be happy to gift them some. I thought at the time I would get maybe 6 or 7 people. Today gave out my 138th jar of sourdough starter. Everybody uses what we call the sourdough portal. That was originally for groceries, but that's where I put the jars of sourdough, and that's where people pick it up because we are social distancing. They text me that they're coming, and I put the jar in the sourdough portal and they pick it up. I was stunned. I probably had 50 people the first few weeks. As of today, we have 699 members.
It's been really fun being part of this club. There's always been a really strong sense of community in the Heights already, but to have something that we share an interest in with this many people that are involved is really interesting and unique, especially during a pandemic.
I bake more than my husband and I could ever possibly eat. It's a 3-day process. You start the day before you're going to make dough, and you wake up your starter if it's been in the refrigerator by refreshing it, feeding it, and letting it rise and fall, and then feeding it again. I just wanted some people baking sourdough in this climate with me because the climate makes a big difference. I said, let's make a bread club, let's form a bread club.
I was looking on the app NextDoor about what was going on in the community when everything was shut down, and I saw Jan posted that if anyone wants a sourdough starter to message her, and I did, and went and picked it up in front of her front porch. The rest is history.
I heard of the bread club via a customer.
The gentleman that gave me my sourdough starter that I use almost every day when I bake actually invited me to the Heights Bread Club group.
I'm amazed. I was not aware that sourdough had become a phenomena, that it was trending, that people in mass were baking sourdough bread. My neighbor Lily, I met her pretty early on, and she was very much already a baker.
I baked a lot, but not sourdough. Sourdough takes a lot of time.
She told me, I don't need starter, I'm going to make my own. I know how to do this, I've done this before.
So for about a week, I tried to start my own starter, which is kind of hard to do. Mine turned into just this liquidy mess, and I ended up tossing it.
And a week later, she texted me and said, can I come get some starter? And we became close friends. I think for our bread club, we've become a community. These people are my friends. We feel less isolated because we are social distancing.
Even if I bake a lot of bread, more as a professional almost, I'm a cottage baker, than most people who are part of the group, there's always something for me to learn.
I think one of my favorite things about the group is that people aren't afraid to post pictures of bread that didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. And what's really important about that is it gives you the ability to learn.
We can't actually meet as a bread club. We have this safe space that's nice. It's our hobby. It's something we're all pretty passionate about, and we can be together. I think I'll be baking sourdough forever.